Uthi khuluma nabo mfana bathethe kamba kanjani ukulungani kwala lo aka umfana ka chocolate asike sisho sonke lapho sithi pu 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 pu. Welcome to the Global Sunday. I don't know. I cannot hear myself, but I believe ukuthi lapho emakhaya go YouTube, go Twitter, go Facebook, you guys can hear me because I got amazing stuff going on for you today. Welcome to the Global Sunday. This is your boy Lungani Kwala, aka Umfana ka Chocolate. Today, let me just give you a little brief. Just nje uthi gabi. Remember, this month we are actually speaking isiZulu just in honor of iking esanda kushiya emhlabeni. So yeah, I am talking isiZulu. Today, obviously we've got the entertainment news. Right after this, I'll be updating you ukuthi kwenzakalani in the entertainment news, and there's a lot of interesting stuff that is going on. But by the way, let me send a shout out to Selena Africa. The music also background. It's music from Selena Africa. Our special guest here with Global Sunday. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about Lil Wayne. Today we're going to be talking about obviously Gagas FM. Today we're going to be talking about Lindsay L. We're going to be talking about South African artist. You know the story that is happening in Johannesburg. Today we're going to be talking about also National Art Council, just to give you guys an update to what's going on. I know there's people who are in Durban, they don't know what's going on. There's people who are in America, they don't know what's going on in Johannesburg, but we are in contact with Abu Sibongile Mngoma and the rest of the team, which is in Johannesburg, South Africa. So we are going to be updating you on that. And also, we're going to be telling you about what's going on with Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. Yes. Let me just check what's any sound because yes, I'm screaming. I don't even know what's any. People can hear me, but yeah. Remember, if you want to send me a voice note, plus 27796734077. Actually, you can also give me a phone call on WhatsApp, but your face is not going to show on screen. Unfortunately, your face is not going to show on screen, but we'll be able to hear your voice. All right, so yeah, I can hear myself now. Everything is good. And then we're gonna be talking to Miss Classic. Miss Classic is already here at the studio because it's quarantine. I mean, it's COVID, it's social distancing. So I'll say she is already here at the studio with me, and we're gonna be talking to her very soon. But yeah, and then later on, if you remember, what's it last week? Our guest Snydin. You know, I wanted to ask him, is it Snydin or Snydin or Snedin or Snydin or Snydin? You know, but you know, he faced some difficulties last week, so he couldn't make it to the show. But today he is here. We're gonna be talking to him. Let me come back just now and inform you guys which kwenzakalani in the entertainment world. I will see you guys just now, and then we talk to Miss Classic after that. Cheers. Welcome back to the Global Sunday. This is the entertainment news with Lungani Kwala. Let's start with Lil Wayne. A rapper who disappeared for some time came back and he's friends with Donald Trump. Well, I'm not sure how authentic the friendship was, but I know he wanted to get pardoned. Anyways, Lil Wayne has just released a new music video, a track titled Last King, featuring Tyga.
I ain't had to kill nobody. I ain't had to kill nobody, but I shoot you in your memory bank. Memorize it, shoot you in your memory bank.
Nice. Well, I must say, I don't know what the track is about, but I can see there's a lot of ass shaking there, booty shaking there, and some smoke going on. So maybe at some point I'll understand what's going on there. But anyways, welcome back, Lil Wayne. I hope you stay in the industry now, because we really missed you. Next, we have Prom Show and Shinely Greens. These two just released a music video, and the track is titled Lisendleleni. Shinely Greens explains.
Hello Lungani, I hope you are doing well. And Tyga is Endleleni. It means I'm on my way. It's about two people who are in love in the rural areas, and this man is working far away from home, asking, baby, when are you coming back home? And you know the funny part, we worked so hard like trying to get those clothes, you know. I think I love it because it's our culture, and that's how, you know, old people a long time ago used to keep in touch, calling each other maybe once in a while. And when the man is home, she will be very, very happy, like telling her friends this and that. So yeah, it's all about that. And I really love it. That's all I can say.
No, that is so sweet. It reminds me back in South Africa, KwaZulu-Natal, where I come from. No, that's so sweet. Next, we have Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. These two monsters have teamed up to work on a project called Silk Sonic. But what's interesting is that they kept it secret until they finished working on it.
So tight, I won't bite, unless you like. Ooh.
2017, we was on the 24 Karat Magic tour together, and we just started hanging out after the shows. We would sneak off to studios like in Europe and recorded some songs. The whole model behind this project was the set list of doom.
Right.
We can't tour right now. We can't do shows right now, so maybe we can give the people something.
We're stuck with each other, you know?
It's about slowing time down. I think what quarantine has done is made you realize what's important. As far as how fast we were going. We were going like 1,000,000 miles an hour, and it feels like, you know, something bigger than all of us said, everybody gotta slow down and stop.
Yeah. It's so lovely to see two stars teaming up together to work on a beautiful project. Shout out to you guys. Keep up the good work. Next, Gagasi FM, a South African radio station. They are celebrating 15 years of serving South Africa, especially KwaZulu-Natal, putting KwaZulu-Natal first.
Rising on Gagasi FM.
We go beyond radio.
You know, Aspange.
We don't just listen, we also want to hear you.
No one can stop me by loving Gagasi.
We don't speak, we engage. We're not trying to be like anyone else. We're unashamed of being for KZN. We put KZN first. We are a media lifestyle brand. We are the trendsetters in the culture.
Everything we do is influenced by and it influences KZN.
I love people. I love making people happy.
Congratulations, Gagasi. Keep it up. Next, Lindsay L, a female rapper who raps like she was born for. Lindsay L has released a new music video called Piki Piki. Lindsay L explains during the live interview on Global Sunday.
I'm a creative writer. So I just think of something and I was like, this one is big, big, and they're bigger, big, big. So big, big, and they're bigger. It's a fun song. It's a fun song where I am just, bigger. It's choosing.
Right.
You are choosing. Yeah. So I'm saying that Abasa left, they must move to the right side because I am confused. And those at the back, they must come in front because I'm baboni gahle. So that's what my circle, I want my circle to be like that. People who are real with me, they must come forward so that I see them.
Wow.
It's just about choosing people who I want to go forward with.
Yep. You gotta show me your real colors so I can choose if I stay with you or I leave you. Piki, 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 piki. Shout out Lindsay L. Next, South African artists. The fight continues. Artists are still sleeping at the NAC offices. They are fighting in Johannesburg. Just to be clear here, the artists that are there in Johannesburg at NAC offices, they are fighting for all of us. When I say all of us, I'm talking about the artists. As I'm an artist, I cannot be there, but they are there for us. So they do require our support and for us to share and spread the word.
Having done all to stand, we keep standing. And whatever it takes, we're going to get the best result for us and every other creative out there. Those who cannot come here and stand with us, we are still standing for you too. Even the ones who are criticizing us, we are standing for you too. So again, whoa.
Yes, if you can support, please support those artists any way you can. National Art Council. National Art Council hosted a Zoom meeting to brief everyone about the updates of funds. As we all know, artists are still waiting.
We are also hoping, really hoping that government will find a shortfall, will find this shortfall. We have done a calculation of the shortfall. It's about 90 million or so. So that is the shortfall of people who had signed original contracts, whose projects might then be affected based on that. And it will be our joy if that shortfall is found and the minister says to us, there is a shortfall, so that we can go back and try and honor and help you do what you intended to do right from the beginning. And we have said to management, work through the weekend. If there's something on your desk that requires your pen, we'll even give you 5 pens to do that.
Yes, artists have been controlling their frustration, patience, anger to some of them by performing, dancing, singing for us who cannot make it to Johannesburg, South Africa. Watch.
Today, we come as a unit, we are united, and we are saying, government, it is time that you know that art is alive. Artists are alive, we are existing, and you need to take care of us.
Yes, girl.
Yes, that's it for the entertainment news. I'll see you guys in a moment. This is Global Sunday, and I am Lungani Kwala. I'll see you when I come back. Remember, today we have Sneden, a guy who disappeared last week, but decided to show up this week. He's so amazing. I'm going to be talking to him in a few minutes. And also we have Umi's Classic. And just a quick announcement that Mr. Laden is going to be traveling. So he's not going to be reporting the news for us today. I'll see you when I come back. Lungani Kwala. Yes, welcome back. Yeah, that's what is happening all around the world in the entertainment news. Yeah, shout out to those who are fighting in South Africa for every artist in South Africa, including me. I'm still a South African, even though I'm here in America, but I'm still a South African. Yeah, let's talk to Miss Classic. Athi kusikhuphula kancane imoya. Ngiyazi ukuthi a lot of people badiniwe njengamanje, you know, because of what's happening in South Africa, but othi ngiqoqa kancane ngilungise phela. Ungajumpisi. Nami ngifuna ukuthanda, ngifuna ukushada phela. Bona phela ngibuke ngibe muhle ungajumpisi. Let's see if Miss Classic is available to talk to us about motivation of the week. Miss Classic, let me welcome you to the Global Sunday, the queen of the Global Sunday. Hello, kunjani kodwa?
Hello, everyone. Yes, this is your one and only queen of Global Sundays. I welcome you all back to our show, the Global Sundays. I want to say a viva to the South African artists in representing us in Joburg, especially the unions and the leader there, Sibongile Mngoma. And I know Joy Mbewana is there as well to fight with us, for us. Hashtag to the CCIFSA and SAACYF. Those are the unions that are representing us. And all the South African artists, the opera artists that are toying for us in the national anthem. Phambili ngama artist, phambili ngomzabalazo wama artist phambili. So today I'm welcoming you with a different note because I know our fellow artists are really fighting for us there. That is why my topic today is just to give you understanding of what they are going through for us, which is human rights. So I wanted to ask yourself a question. Is it, are we getting the freedom that we deserve during this lockdown period? Due to this COVID-19, are we getting this freedom? Are we really going to enjoy our Freedom Day? Are we really getting our rights on track? Or is it just a responsibility but with no rights? So that is what my topic will entails today. Human rights.
Human rights. Human rights namhlanje, Miss Classic.
Yes.
Oh.
Human rights was on the 21st of March. We celebrated it on the 21st of March here in South Africa.
Right.
But throughout the whole month, we are celebrating it until because we are going now, we are there. People are preparing for Good Friday, which is the 10th, right?
Okay.
And Family Day. We have a lot of holidays that we have here in South Africa. I can highlight them for you if you need them, but it's not necessary for you because you are that side.
Well, I will be coming home soon, so maybe it's best that I know so I can choose which holiday in South Africa, so I can celebrate.
Okay, we have the Human Rights Day on the 21st of March, and then we have the Good Friday, 10th April. And then we have the Family Day on the 13th of April. Then we are going to the Freedom Day on the 27th of April. I think the days might have a slight change here in 2021. But yeah, we are heading towards this Friday. We're going to have a Good Friday. But we are in the month of the human rights right now.
Wow.
Heading to the Freedom Month.
Right,
yeah.
Right. Wow. Okay. Nice.
Okay.
Thank you.
So
Thank
I hope
you,
everyone
Mr.
is doing okay. Must I proceed? Because
yes, please.
Our topic is going to have the violation of rights. You need to know if people are violating your rights, what is the violation when people are breaking your own law? Because remember, the rights are about your life from birth to death. So it's a freedom that you have to have in your own land. So yeah, from the Bill of Rights, by our voice as people are speaking on our behalf in Joburg, this is why we voted. We speak by voting, of which it's scary because there are a lot of people in our families right now who are destroying our voice to speak by abusing children, abusing women, wives, marriages are broken because of there are people who are busy abusing the people that we have in our land that will have a voice. Like if you're abusing the child, you are killing the mouth for your future, you know, because these are the future presidents. These are the future leaders. If you abuse them, obviously their minds will have barriers and challenges at school, and they won't be able to complete in a proper manner. They will have progressions until they get to high school. And the government won't have a choice but to let them pass, even if it will be a low mark on matric. And which future presidents are we going to have? The one who lack the IQ, who will not be intelligent enough. And we are the same people who are going to complain when we have, I don't want to call it a dom cop or a low thinker president, you know, because we are abusing them. So we are lowering their thinking skill by making them to be frustrated. So yeah, this is why I'm concerned about the abuse that's taking place in all angles, whether it's artists or it's children at home, education, health sectors, because it entails all departments, all sectors actually, social, business, economic, you know. Yeah. So I don't know if I can start now. Are you ready?
I was born ready, Miss Classic.
You are born ready. That is good. All right. Okay. All right. So we're going to start by amalungelo abantu. Actually, the word in English, because you said you are just still dedicating the isiZulu to our late King Goodwill. Human rights. So we twist it like an X. Amalungelo abantu. Humans, abantu, rights, amalungelo ngesiZulu. So it's, human rights are the basic rights and freedoms that belong to everyone or every person in the world. It's not only human rights here in South Africa, but it's international, because we have the rights that are guiding us international and also here in our own continent in South Africa. So I'm going to touch on both of them. From birth until death, these basic rights are based on shared values like dignity, this is number one, the fairness, equality, and respect, including the independence. Those are the rights that we're going to touch on. And the values define the protection by law. So that is why we call it, when a person is not doing the right, respecting your rights, the law takes place, because there are sections and acts that are written on the Bill of Rights. So if you break those laws, that means consequences will take place. So I know you're asking yourself, which rights do we have? We have, maybe I'll count 5 so that you can have an understanding. Maybe your rights been violated, but you were not aware that someone is breaking the law by doing that. So you have a right to life. No one has the right to kill a person. You have a right to life, okay? No one is starting to just kill. So this is why people end up in jail, because they break the law, because they are breaking the law to life of a human being. And then we have a right to liberty and freedom. That means we have to be free, Pella. You know, we can't, like the COVID-19 right now, it's making us to stay at home. So unfortunately, this freedom is not going to be in a, cool with us, because you remember the COVID virus, it is an airborne disease that is transferred from one person to another. So it makes us obviously to stay at home, because it is, remember, it is a pandemic. It's not only here, it's all over the world. So yeah, as long as we know that the freedom in South Africa and internationally, it is compromised by this virus. But it doesn't mean at home they must be abused just because there's COVID-19. No, they must still keep the peace at home. So we also have a right to the pursuit of happiness. We need to be happy. That is why artists are fighting to get the rights, at least for online performances, to get the funding, because they cannot make events, even the online events, if they don't have funding. They need money to make events. You need to make posters. You need to secure the venue. You need to make this Zoom and data for all these social network media things that we are using when as artists, sound and everything. So we cannot have that if we don't have money. So yeah. So, and when you perform, the audience, which is, as we artists, we speak in a language of vocal. We use our voice to speak. So that means the audience is compromised the opportunity to be happy by listening to the music. You know, the pure live music by this situation that is taking place right now. Okay, so we have a right to happiness. We do have a right to happiness. No matter what, the government have to make some ways to make sure that artists are getting platforms, because we are human beings. We depend on these jobs, on our talents. Some of us are not working like Miss Classic, so we depend and rely on this to feed our families, to pay our bills and cars and houses, everything that we have, the expenses. So we have a right to live your own life free and not to be discriminated. There are a lot of things that are happening as they discriminate people by funding them. So there's no color in money, in funding. And also at workplaces, we have to be treated the same. Fortunate enough, where I work, they're still okay. They're treating me okay. They're not discriminating me. So we are really encouraging people of our society, if you are listening right now and you are a manager or you are a leader, make sure you don't sit on someone's head when you are leading. You can't sit on someone's head. Make sure the person is happy, because that is her right to be happy at work. Okay. And also the right to control what happened to your own body and medical. If they're talking about this, about what is happening to your body, it means if a person or a woman says no, this rapist, I'm talking to the rapist, it's not okay. It's not okay for you to touch a woman when she says no, even if you're married to that person, even if it's your girlfriend. If in that particular day she says, baby, I'm not okay today, just let it be and try another day. You're not gonna die just because you didn't make love on that particular day. But don't force yourself into that person. Yeah. We are surviving. Some of us survive for 2 years without sex. So it's not the only. You are not the only one. You know, because you're gonna end up raping people, and you say it's my girlfriend. If it's your girlfriend, it's your wife. It doesn't give you a right to rape, to touch without a agreement. You have to. She or he have to agree, because there are men that are raped as well. You know. So I'm talking to men and women who are raping people. Please prevail from doing that. So we have a right not to our body. And also, if we have a problem, you are going to the health sector, you have an accident and you end up in hospital, be aware, you need to sign a consent form. They can't just cut your hand or cut your lungs or your liver just because they want to give it to the president or they want to give it to the most important person. No, they need to sign a consent form from you or from your family if you have a guide and you can't talk. So that's the most important one. You have a right to make decisions for yourself. So no one is allowed to take decisions for you. Okay?
One question.
The international, is that clear, Lungani, there at studio?
Sorry, yeah. One question on the part where if you get an accident and you have to sign a certain form to agree if you want them, to cut your hand or whatever part of the body is. So now mhlambe for a person who is like really injured and you know they are unable to communicate, mhlambe, what are the things that they can do? I mean, I think you've touched on something that is really it's unusual. I didn't know about it myself, so I think it's really important to highlight on that one, because people get injured every now and then. There's an accident and there's a lot of things happen. So maybe what can they do? Is there a preparation that they need to do before maybe they get into an accident, just like how people prepare themselves before they die, that okay, this is what I want, this is what I don't want when I'm dead, or well, how can they avoid
some of us we have lawyers, right? So we have lawyers, we have wills. So some of us, we write our wishes on our wills. So we have attorneys that are dealing with those kinds of things. But if you are unconscious, and the doctors will look at your best interest, but they won't touch you if you are able to talk and you have family, because this is why they immediately look for family members, close family members, because they want a consent whether they need to cut. They can't just cut something without a consent. They need a consent from the family, close family. So I can go as far as that, but I know there are intellectuals, sectors, health sectors, or attorneys or specialists who deals with that more. But I know that you have a right to your own organs, your body organs.
Clear.
If you don't want them to be removed, no doctor is allowed to touch you without your authority. And you must check what type of, I don't know how you can do that, because I saw on one of the TV channels, they taking the hand of a African person and they putting it on the white guy there. And this guy is ending up having a African, a black hand on his body. It is right to have a hand, because he's a handyman, he wants his hand. But now if he's having a two-color Rainbow Nation body, I think it's a bit scary, So I don't know if I can be comfortable to have another color race in my body. I don't know if we will do one Rainbow Nation, but not in that manner.
Man, it's just okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, we can take Mr. Ken Laden's I can take his ear when my ear is out and he's already weak, or he doesn't need his ear, and then I take his. Then I have a white ear and the black one this side, just because my work needs the ear. No, I don't think this is okay.
No, honestly, is that a true story that you're sharing right now?
No, it's not. It's in the movie. It's in the movie series.
Oh, it's a movie.
So yes.
Okay.
So unless the movies are educating, so yes. They're educators. So
right.
There are a few things that we have to take from those stories. Take the good things and not the read ones.
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely.
So if you're opening your surgery, don't do it. Okay. So International Bill of Rights. We have a right to equality and freedom from discrimination. That is in Act 3 and 4 in the Bill of Rights. And we have freedom from torture. People mustn't torture people, to like human trafficking, and degrading treatment. That is all those things. And also the scams. Those things are degrading people. They are torturing the mind of the people. A person, you are walking and your mind is troubled. That is not cool. So it's an abuse. The right is violated there if you are scamming people, And if you are doing human trafficking, using young women to gain money for profits, for your own profit sexually. So you use a young woman who can't even talk for themselves because they are weak. You're bullying them, bullies. You know, bully is the impongo, inkomenu gayo. You know, so bully is taken from that.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Very stubborn.
I didn't know.
So yeah, there are people who are oppressing people just because they are powerless than them.
I've been through that same situation.
You find out that the bullies are the people that have been abused at home.
Yeah.
So now they're taking out their frustration on others. So that's what is happening. Because these people who are abusing and raping people, I don't even think they are aware of what they are doing.
But how can we? Okay, let me. From my experience, okay, when I was in primary school, Miss Classic, I actually, I think I was in grade 2 or grade 3 or grade 4, I can't remember. But there was this guy, Miss Classic. This guy always came to me, and he asked for my lunch money.
Your food.
Yeah.
Bully.
So what I ended up
doing.
That
is bullying.
What I ended up doing is saving the money, leaving it at home and go to school without money, and I wouldn't eat anything. But anyways, this guy, he would say to me, he would draw. Oh, because I was like an artist, so I used to like draw vehicles and draw famous stars and football players, and he'd call me. He'd call me like in the middle of the school, and the teachers wouldn't do anything. So he'd call me and say, "Hey, I hear that you can draw." And I'm like, yeah, I can draw, and I'm with excitement. And then he would say, okay, just draw a car. And then I'll draw a car, I'll draw like any type of vehicle. And then he says, get in the car and drive it. I promise you, and if I do not get in and drive it, he's gonna beat my ass. And obviously, I can't do that, and he would definitely beat my ass. So I knew each and every time I go to school, it would say, if I meet that guy, the same thing is gonna happen. But how can we?
How to prevent?
Yeah, how can we avoid something like that?
The schools need to do awarenesses, especially schools, because they play a big role when the child is away from the parents. The child is at school because the teachers are acting as parent at school. So they need to do that parental guidance at school of the bullying. Awarenesses, they need to make groups of bully peacemaking groups. They need to make those committees of the young ones that will be responsible, like prefects, or even a certain group that will make awarenesses. They can make posters, and the lessons must have those awarenesses of how to deal with bullying. They must report to adults at school. The teachers now, they are able to communicate with parents and be able to resolve the problems.
Right.
If you have good teachers. So I know in my school we do have a platform. We have the observation books. We are inclusive school, so we have observation books. We have profile for the schools. We have for the learners, portfolios for the learners, which is a file of the learner until he gets out of our school on grade 7. So we write the stories. If the child is troubled by a problem, even if it's at school or at home, we can be able to write it down. If it has an impact, it affects the learner. Then we write it down and then follow it up with the parent or with that particular person who's troubling that learner. But in terms of bullies, we do awarenesses every time, and life skill teachers are dealing with that bullying, because it's from grade 4 until grade 6. There is a content lesson, a topic that talks about bullying and what types of bullying do we have. We have physical bullying, the people who are bullying by, they will strangle you, kick you, or do something like how this guy was doing to you. It was physical and emotional, because now you were ending up fearing to go to school because your mind was confused by, stressed by this situation that would take place. We have sexual bullying, which is when person is doing bad touch, touching your private parts. not a cake and a sticker. We ask the kids, even if it's a private organ, not to be called anyhow outside, but they need to know, the learners need to know the real name of the vagina and the penis. They need to know the real name in isiZulu, so that when they're reporting these scampers, these sources, when they report them, they can be able to tell the definite information. Not a cake was the seeker entered the cake. No, you have to be specific when you're reporting this to the police, so that you can get help, because they can get away with their lawyers when you say seeker and cake. There's nothing as that, but we just are respecting our body parts, body organs, by not just publicizing their names. This is why they call it like that. You know, it has these private organs of ours. We have a lot of names that we have, just to respect them.
Right.
Okay, just not to waste time on that. We need to know, okay, I already touched on other international Bill of Rights. In the South African rights, they are the same, except for the few ones that I didn't touch, like the right to a fair trial. You know, when you go to jail, like what I was talking about now, fair trial. If it's a fair trial, when a child is going to say, try to tell the law what happened, and then they would say, the child didn't specify. And you know, we see that if people are touching private parts, they belong where, you know? So I think the right of the child is to be safe. So we need to make sure our house is safe by putting the bad people away. So, and we have a right to privacy. Like, these people who are posting people's sexual videos, nude videos, you know, you're dating a person, you don't even know he's putting a phone on and videoizing everything that you are doing. These people, they must stop doing that. There are guys who are doing that. They videoize kissing and making love. They videoize that, and they must stop doing that. And they take this thing. When you don't no longer dating that person, he will destroy with that. He will take put it on the social networks and make the world to laugh on you. With that. So you don't have a privacy in your life anymore, and you were thinking everything is private. So these guys must grow up who are taking videos when they are doing that thing just to blackmail their partners, you know. So and we freedom of belief and religion. You have a right to choose your own religion. You cannot be forced to be a Christian if your family is Shembe. So they must allow you to go and praise or worship the prophets that you believed in, you have faith in. Because we can be.
Sorry, Ms. Classic. I think you're touching on a very important point, and I know with Anna there will be a lot of concerns and questions, and especially from my side, because you know this this is really amazing. I just want to, because it's already 1:30 right now. Can we go to the news? Today's news is gonna be very short because Mr. Laden is traveling to Washington DC. So can we go to the news and then we come back to proceed? Please allow me to do so. Absolutely. We're going to go to the news right now, and we're going to come back and continue to talk to Miss Classic. Esasinikeza motivation. I think namhlanje engathuphethe izinto eshisa kakhulu zodwa, you know. And you know, I'm surprised. Even myself, I'm surprised. You know, there's a lot of questions from my side, and there's a lot of revelations from my side. So let's watch the news. We'll be right back just now. Don't go anywhere, and please, if you have any concerns, questions, and comments, please just comment below. I'll make sure with any I raise your comments here live. I'll see you when I come back.
United States as the country mourns its second shooting of the week in response to public outcries. The Biden administration mulls over possible gun law reforms or bans.
The second deadly U.S. mass shooting in a week has put new pressure on President Joe Biden to deliver on the gun control promises he made as a candidate.
We can ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines.
Biden on Tuesday called the shooting that left 10 dead at a Colorado grocery store a tragedy. That rampage came just 6 days after a gunman in Georgia killed 8 people in massage and beauty spas. But despite an epidemic of mass shootings stretching back decades, gun control measures pushed by Democratic lawmakers have been thwarted by Republican opposition. The debate was on display in a Senate hearing Tuesday.
We have another epidemic in America called guns.
Louisiana Republican John Kennedy told reporters he saw no need for new gun laws.
I don't believe we have a gun control problem in America. I believe we have an idiot control problem. And the objective should be to how to control the idiots who abuse guns.
But Democrat Richard Blumenthal of Connecticut was optimistic.
This time feels different. We have a president committed to ending gun violence, a majority in both houses of Congress, and most important, a growing grassroots movement led by a new generation.
Earlier this month, the House of Representatives passed 2 bills that would broaden background checks for gun buyers. A small number of Republicans voted with Democrats to approve the measures. But the legislation faces an uncertain future in the Senate, where passage requires 60 votes, and Democrats hold just 50 seats in the chamber.
A prominent Houthi leader has rejected the offer of an unbroken ceasefire by the Saudi Arabian government to end the conflict in Yemen. The Houthis said the initiative provided nothing new, as it still fell short of their demand for a complete lifting of the blockade on Sana'a Airport and Hodeidah Port.
As Saudi Arabia comes under increasing pressure from the US, it's made its latest proposal to end 6 years of conflict in Yemen.
We will do all we can to put the necessary pressure on the Houthis to accept and to come to the negotiating table.
The initiative includes a nationwide ceasefire to be supervised by the UN and the reopening of air and sea links, allowing fuel and food imports to resume. The Yemeni government has welcomed the proposal, but Houthis say it doesn't go far enough and would diminish Yemen's sovereignty over its ports and airport. Iran-backed rebels have been stepping up drone and missile attacks on Saudi soil, targeting its oil facilities. There's also been renewed Saudi-led airstrikes on Houthi military sites. The conflict has left more than 100,000 people dead, many of them civilians. An estimated 80% of Yemen's population is reliant on aid. The Saudi initiative comes as Houthis advance on Marib, the Yemeni government's last northern stronghold. The UN is warning that losing the city would threaten catastrophe for civilians sheltering in refugee camps there. Houthi leaders say that talks aimed at reaching a peace deal will continue with the Saudis, the US and mediators based in Oman.
Australian authorities issued fresh flood warnings and evacuation orders as torrential rains again pummeled several parts of the country, sweeping away homes, roads and livestock in the worst downpour in more than half a century.
Alicia Pitt and her family are among 18,000 people who've been evacuated from the worst floods to hit Australia in half a century. Homes and livelihoods destroyed, and authorities say more evacuations may come after yet another round of torrential downpours.
To Sackville Ferry Landing.
Severe weather advisories have been posted in every mainland state in Australia except for one, encompassing an area roughly the size of Alaska and 10 million people. Authorities have begun coordinating with supermarkets to get food and other essentials to the worst-hit areas, but the logistics are difficult, with entire bridges washed away. At least one big chain is warning of delays.
It's all right. Oh, stay in there, mate. Stay in there.
The toll on wildlife and agriculture is still being assessed. Mass rescues of pets and livestock are happening, but there are also reports of animals fleeing in droves, becoming stranded or worse.
There's a stone cottage down under
under the water there.
Ken Anderson's farm has been in his family for 170 years. A few more inches may mean the end of this season's harvest.
I'll end up losing the fruit there, and probably might lose the trees too. I'm all over it now, working non-stop for the last couple of nights. So.
No deaths have been reported. It's a stark contrast from the drought and massive wildfires that hit the country last summer.
Brazil's Supreme Court ruled that former Judge Sergio Moro was biased in the way he oversaw former President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva's corruption trial, providing vindication for the leftist leader who has long claimed political persecution.
The dream of rising back to the top of Brazilian politics is a step closer to coming true. The country's Supreme Court ruled that Judge Sergio Moro, who spearheaded the investigations that brought down the former president, was biased against him. It's another boost to Lula, Brazil's comeback kid, and it comes barely 2 weeks after the court threw out Lula's old corruption convictions, clearing the way for him to run again for office. Lula led Brazil through its economic boom from 2003 right up until the end of the decade, but his reputation was tarnished when he was sentenced to 26 years behind bars for taking bribes. Sergio Moro was the judge behind the conviction, spearheading a sweeping anti-corruption investigation called Operation Car Wash. The case brought down the country's top politicians and businessmen, accused of embezzling millions of dollars from Petrobras, the state-owned oil company. Lula's supporters say Moro conspired to stop the leftist icon running for another term in 2018 when he was the front-runner. As for Moro, he went on to become the justice minister in Bolsonaro's government. Evidence, according to the judges that ruled in Lula's favour, that Moro was biased.
China and Russia's top diplomats called for a summit of permanent members of the UN Security Council. The duo rejected what they called outside interference in their domestic affairs. This comes amid Western sanctions against them over human rights violations and repressions of political dissent. Let's cross over to Adirana World News special correspondent Nimoda Haturusinghe from Kursk in Russia for more details on this. Nimoda?
Yes, Sahib. Russia and China say that Western powers should refrain from interfering in internal affairs of other countries, including human rights issues. During a joint press briefing with visiting Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, Chinese State Councillor and Foreign Minister Wang Yi says that he believes there is no fixed model for democracy. Sergei Lavrov also criticized Western countries for their attempts to portray Russia and China as vaccine diplomacy adventurers, saying that their motives are purely humanitarian. He also said that Russia will do its best to secure relations with China from threats from unfriendly countries and mentioned the possibility of organizing a high-level meeting. Meanwhile, Lavrov's next destination after China is South Korea. He is scheduled for a 2-day visit for what will be the first by a Russian foreign minister in 8 years. Lavrov is expected to discuss denuclearization of the Korean peninsula with his South Korean counterpart, as well as South Korea's Russia's relations and other global affairs. Thanks. Back to you, Sahib.
Yes, welcome back to the Global Sunday. That was the news. Mr. Ken Laden Ageko, he has traveled, but he will be back next week. Next week he's gonna be here at the studio with us. So yeah, that's what has been happening all around the world. We still have Miss Classic. If you remember, Miss Classic, when she was talking and she was giving us motivation. Let us get back to her. And Simbon Wutsakona. Miss Classic, welcome back to the Global Sunday. And we know Anna, you were still giving us motivation. Could you please continue? Because please go for it, ma'am.
I hope they are commenting and asking questions. Okay. Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. I'm sure everyone still remembers his word. If you are just tuning in right now, you are with us at the Global Sundays with the Queen of Global Sundays, Miss Classic, and the topic is human rights. So we touched on a few human rights that are on the Bill of Rights in South Africa, and also the ones that are internationally, which says you have a right to life, and there are a lot more that we touched on. But I also want to give you a quote that was once said by Martin Luther Jr. He said, "A right delayed is a right denied. A right delayed is a right denied." So please make sure that you speak through voting, and make sure you join the unions. If you're an artist, join the unions. There are a lot of unions. You can just check them online. There are the representatives that we have here. I named them when we started the show. We have CCIFSA, and we also, the CCIFSA, we have here in Durban, Joy Mbewana. I think she's the president of this union. And we also have the SAACYF. Try and get in contact with them so that, you know, you see people getting into shows. And when now una union, now una muntu okhulumelayo. So uyithola kanjani uhlezi ekhoneni? Uyithola kanjani uhlezi ekhoneni? Basha abafana bekwati. So I'm sure you remember that. Okay. And about Penyo, lapha ngibabonile uPhenyo we-opera there. They're representing us, fighting for our freedom as artists, since we are oppressed by this lockdown, and there are no means of helping us to survive in our expenses. Okay, and now I'm going to go to the importance. Why is human rights important? Okay. The concept of human rights allows people to speak up when they experience abuse and corruption. You know that we are going through a lot of corruption, where monies are going where we don't even know where they're going to, so and so. So, and also, especially to, my concern is not more of the money, because money is just material, even though it's a great need to the things that we're using. My great concern is the one I went through when I was 16, when I was abused by 8 guys in Tongwane. So that's the right I want to touch on. The abuse is too much in South Africa. These guys must stop. They must really stop, you know. So I don't want to dwell too much into it. If you want to know the strength of the experience that I've experienced when I was coming to the Durban Playhouse to sing, you know, you can just find the strength. If you were raped like me, if you were abused like all the other women, you can get the strength in my song. It's MS Classic Never Give Up on all digital stores. So I'm going to continue. The importance of human rights, you know, it empowers people and tells them that they deserve dignity. We deserve dignity. Istima ngesizulu. From society, whether it's government or their work environment, or when they don't receive it, they can stand up. We have a right to stand up. We have a right to fight. As they are fighting, Johannesburg, it's their right to stand up, because we can't all cry and be heard. We need people who will cry for us on our behalf and fight. So until they are heard, I will tell you why they are there. You know, when you are your right is violated, there are guidelines or places that you need to follow, or protocols that you need to follow. You don't just go to any spaza shop and fight, for your rights. Okay, not to any shop, to the wholesalers or to the beach there in town and fight for your rights. No, you need to go to a certain place. So human rights violation, it's someone who's breaking the law, breaking your own rights, So civil or political violated through torture, arrest. And violations often happen during the times of war and when human rights violate intersects with breaking of the laws and armed and conflicts and unknown as war crime. I'm not going to go deep to this because, we are just highlighting now. But you need to go, if someone is violating your rights, you must go to the unfair labor practices. There are lawyers who are specializing to the unfair, to the unfairness of your treatment. Those lawyers are called labor practice, unfair labor practice, widespread. So and the rights that you have that might be violated and you're not aware. You have a right to health care. You have a right to water. There's no such thing as there's a season or whatever. If there's a problem, the government needs to provide some water tank or something, because we have a right to water. And we have a right to food. That is why during lockdown, they ask us to go make groceries. I don't know where did they think we're getting the money from to say we must go make big groceries, because they know lockdown just made a big effect to a lot of employees or workers. So food, you need social security, you need protection. I saw a lot of guys, they used to abuse people during lockdown. They will hijack, they will do a lot of things. Then you come to think of it, you are at home because you can't go to work. And these people, we are all in poverty, and they come and smack cars and destroy people that are poor like them, because lockdown affected everyone. So why doing this at this time? I don't understand what is their level of thinking. Seriously, you're taking someone's car and she's struggling to pay for it. She's an artist, and you're hijacking it. There's no sense in that, really. We became abnormal as a country. I don't know what is happening. Then how to stop the violation of rights? Engaging in activism, like how they are doing in Joburg, artists, the opera and opera artists there. You have to engage yourself in activism, yes, and organize a protest like what they are doing. That is how to stop the violation of rights. In fact, they are doing great job in terms of our rights as artists. And talk to like-minded individual about staging a protest. I'm sure they didn't just go there. They spoke about it. So don't just gang up your friends and think if you just go to a ground and protest, you will be heard. You need to speak to the right people, organize the right people, and go to the certain building, not just any building. You can go to embassy or a government building to increase awareness. You cannot just go to the road in the streets by your house and say you're protesting. Like how they are doing, they stop the cars, put the stones and fire. They want to be heard. I don't know if they are heard, if now they're spoiling their own taxes that they would use in the future by burning the tires and all that, putting the stones on the streets. That is how we normally do. Mm. If you're destroying a school, Lungani, you're protesting and you go to the school where you need a better life. You're destroying the shop that you need food from tomorrow or tonight. You need a candle to light your house. Is it a good protest? We need to think about these things.
That's true.
You know.
So don't you think maybe it creates it creates that attention from the government, because these people are serious? If we don't start doing something about what they are complaining about, they're gonna burn like a lot of schools. I mean, I'm not saying burning schools is the right thing, but I'm just asking if what do you suggest? What can people do if they are in the protest? Can they protest like peacefully, and then if maybe whatever that they are protesting against, if they are not responding, what can they do?
They need to organize properly. As you know, unions helps a lot. You organize people, transport. If you need transport, you walk in town, in the main city, CBD or center of your town. You go to the main building where you can submit your letter of protest. This is how you do things. You walk. You can walk, sing your songs, or walk with your posters, your banners. You know, with the media, you need to have impact on media, because when it goes to media, then it's gonna go live, even on television or newspapers and stuff, you know. So these ones, that's to break a school. When you're gonna need another man, you need increase somewhere of money, right? Or you need money. Then if you're breaking the school, isn't it the government going to go and fix the school now with the money that you wanted to in your own salary? When the school cannot be shuttered for the whole year just because when you were protesting, you needed to be heard. So let's think about the things that we're destroying in our protest. When we're protesting, we can't be able until we are heard. Those Bongile, they're sitting there in that building for many days because they want to be heard. Then today they were doing great thing. I think it's today they were singing national anthem. They want to be heard. That is our way. It's in a style, you know. Not to go destroy things. And you see how artists are diplomatic. They didn't destroy anything. They're sitting there and
that's
talking.
True. Yeah.
Data it's data. It's this and this. Not to destroy. When you're destroying, you're gonna destroy something that you need, which cannot be fixed quickly. Even now, we are in trouble. We have classes that are not enough for our kids during this lockdown as our African black schools. It's better in multiracial schools because they have, they take few learners normally. They take like 20. And their classes are made for that 20 in class. As it's new, this thing of 20 learners in class. We are used to 43 learners in class and 50.
And even 60.
Yeah, so now this thing, they can't just send, if it was possible, we were going to have buildings like 3-4 extra classes by now.
Yeah.
Because it's been 2 years, it's since last year. It's the second year now. So we must think about things we're destroying, you know? Is it something that can be easily replaced, or something that should affect the future? Or we need some traffic just to distract for attention? Then march to the building and give them a letter. Or do something like toy in a building with the video media. We have media now, you know? Because to destroy something that you will need. Even now, our kids are struggling in the classes. We're doing shifts. Some schools are doing day and afternoon because they want to fill up the schools. So you can't destroy a school if you're protesting. You can't destroy a shop because you need food to the shop. You know.
Okay.
So there are a lot of things you cannot be destroying. Yeah.
So
yeah, to go forward and then.
Thank you for explaining that, because you know, on my side, I was thinking, it's the only way that people can get attention.
Attention.
Yes, it's the only way that people can get attention, and it's the only way people can be, attended and be recognized, and mhlambe, whoever they are protesting against can be able to respond. So
yeah, but we
it makes
mustn't
sense.
be barbaric about it. We
Yeah.
have to think. This
Yeah.
is why it says when we protest, you need to organize people with IQ. That's why they are representatives. They choose them with their strength. Don't just choose a person just because she's a talkative. You choose a person who can speak his mind or her mind with the IQ, who's intelligent. We can all talk, but we differ in terms of thinking. There are people who will get to the point after 2 minutes, after 2 hours. Me, I can drag the content for 30 minutes instead of going straight to the point. There is a person who can just go straight to the point, and we're different. You see?
It makes
So
sense.
who has the responsibility to protest or to help you to protest? Who has the responsibility to protest the human rights? Yabani responsibility. The office of the High Commissioner or even the unions. They are doing it now. They have the responsibility to fight for us, those intellectual people, not people who are not brave. You remember braveness? To people who will stand the challenges, people who are strong, who can sweat and not bat and sit there like Kobosbongile there. I don't know how they are surviving us, so I feel so sad for them. But again, the struggle continues. Okay, so the causes, I want to check, I didn't tell you about the causes of the violation of rights.
Yeah.
The causes have to do with the underdevelopment. We have a lot of problems, as everyone, even teachers, they have a problem. They should be protesting because they didn't get increment in South Africa. But you know what happened? The government department employed supporters, like 20 in each school. After they didn't give us, they didn't give us increment. They didn't give us increment.
Miss Classic, before you go to that point, can I give you a break? Maybe take a short break. I'm gonna catch up with isiZulu, and then we come back again. Just get some water, because I know. I mean, you know what? I if you can have a look at my note, I have a lot of notes here in Wapalele from what you are sharing with us, and I believe that it is something that needs to be heard by viewers at home, and it's so profound. I mean, it's very helpful. And if you remember last week when we had a talk, and we care so much about the young girls who are being rape victims or abakidnepwayo and stuff like that. So we said we were going to come up with an idea of teaching them how they can sign. Like, we're going to make a global sign if there's no sign already, like that is in existence. So can we take a little break, get some water, and then ngizofundisa Zulu. I'll catch up on what we did the previous week, just to make things easier for people who are new in Zulu language, because I know there's been people who've been asking me about the same lesson that I did last week. So I'll do the same lesson as last week, and then we come back, and then we continue with our talk. I think this is just talk about this, because these issues are issues that touches communities, young people, and learners. Since you are a teacher, I'm pretty much sure it would be lovely to know your experience as a teacher, the problems or the issues or the obstacles that children come across eskoleni. I know you did touch on that a little bit earlier on, but yeah, I think it's very important. I mean, we as like Global Sunday so if we run away from isn't important, and then it's gonna be pointless. So let's let me teach isiZulu, and then when we come back we talk some more Miss Classic. Do you allow me to do that? Absolutely. Okay. Welcome back. This is your teacher here, Ulungani Kwala. Well, I'm the teacher for today. Actually, the real teacher here is Miss Classic. Actually, okay. So I'm just gonna catch up. Let me take it back from the first word that we learned a few weeks ago, which was umlilo. It's fire, as you can see here. Umlilo is fire. You can make fire. There's no other fire that I know except for the fire that everybody knows, I believe. So yeah, how you pronounce it is umlilo. The pronunciation is here. But please, if you are a good Zulu speaker and you have maybe you are a good Zulu speaker and a very good English speaker, you can suggest a pronunciation for us. We definitely use them here with Global Sunday. So yeah, umlilo is fire. How you use it in a sentence is well, we're not there yet, but if you see fire and you're trying to tell somebody who is a Zulu speaker that there is fire, you can just say umlilo. They will know what you're talking about. Everybody's afraid of umlilo. Everybody's afraid of fire. Once you said umlilo, even somebody who do not understand your accent, they will get up and run to see what's going on. So yeah, that's what we did a few weeks ago. Umlilo, fire in English, and then we have lala. Lala means sleep. Lala means sleep, and how you pronounce it, it's la. You can add h to make it a little bit I don't know, like to elongate it a little bit, la. That's why I've added or that's why we've added h at the end of la. So it's the same thing. If you remove h, it's the same thing. So it means sleep. You can instruct a child to sleep. You can say lala. If you're saying sleep, you're saying lala. So lala means sleep. Nothing else, nothing less, nothing more. It's just sleep. That's it. So yeah, I'll be as quick as possible today. So that's it for our Zulu isiZulu lesson with Ulungani Kwala. Let's get back to Miss Classic before go late kakul, because I know what's gonna happen is I know which our guest today is really trying to connect with us. He's having trouble, and he's climbed up on the tree, and he's climbed up on his roof. He's been trying to connect. Bafetu and Sniden, bro. Sniden, please come to this live and comment. Tell everybody what's going on, because people are not gonna trust you anymore. Last week you had issues. This week you're having issues too. But bro, we are here for you. We are here as Global Sunday. We are here for artists who loves their art and artists who are pushing themselves like you are doing. But wait, I have a surprise for you. I have a video that I can play from you. And this video, you didn't know that I was gonna play this video today. It's a video that you did like 5 years ago. You were very young. So I'm gonna play this video, and then when we come back, we talk to Miss Classic. This is Sniden, and he was rapping, he was freestyling. It's so amazing, man. It's really incredible when you see an artist or anybody who's being consistent. This guy has been doing this like for so many years. The video that I'm gonna play for you right now, it was done like 5 or 6 years ago. And he's still pushing, man. You know what, Sniden, bro, I really wish you all the best, man. And you are pushing, bro. You are pushing, and yeah, everything is gonna be fine, man. And you are gonna get a chance to be part of the Global Sunday. So don't stress, man. Don't stress. I know you are stressing right now. You are trying to call me to let me know what's going on. But yeah. Anyways, let me play this video. Snedden, he's freestyling. This was 5 years ago. Boo, 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 boo.
You are watching Global
Sundays. A lot of things on my mind, but it seems like they just don't want to come out. So I pray that Jesus be always on my side as I'm doing what I like. No mistake, I do it right now. It's been a long time since I saw my mom. Trying to push it to the limit just to make her proud. Like she always told me, I need to swallow my pride. Yeah, I'm a quiet kid, but you can't push me around. Been through a lot, pains and disappointments, still a part of me. I'm trying to change my life, but still it's hard to breathe. It wasn't a lie, so how I said it's a heavy load. A grumpy road which everyone is afraid of. You see me smiling and laughing, you think the pain's gone. No phrase, most of those people are haters. They easily pull Jones down so we face off. I need some space, dog. I've been rapping for a while, people trying to bring me down. I'ma tell you one thing, I don't do it for my town, I just do it for my family. Fans and homies, shout out to my enemies. I hope they coping, I'm hoping people stop asking when I'm dropping the project. Let it be a surprise, no matter how hard I'll be here till the sun rise. Dear Lord, help me be what I wanna be, and to my dogs, hope you still keeping it real. You know that girl, man, it is what it is. Yes, it is what it is. Every time I'm coming through, man, you know what it's about. Snyder.
Yes, that is 19. Mfana wayesamncane laphayana bafethu. Come on now, come on. Respect the guy. Yeah, I'm really sorry, Sniden. I know how you feel right now. You have been trying to contact me, to call me, to let me know what's going on, and you sent me some photos of you climbing on top of the roof and climbing on top of the tree. Maybe I will share those pictures. Miss Classic, what do you think? Maybe I should share those pictures, eh?
I'm looking forward to see them. I want to see him climbing.
He's gonna be embarrassed. You know what? I'm gonna share those pictures so next time he will make sure everything is on point. But I know it's South African network. But I say beach lapho Miss Classic ngihleli kahle. You know what I mean?
I met him Zinyathi right now. Emakhaya.
Is it just
a lot of mountains?
Is it just a name, or you really emakhaya? Because I mean, you can be
emakhaya. Kuneyintaba, kunamanzi, namadami. Isedamini kahle kahle.
Uyazi ukuthi Mhlanga isemakhaya. It's just that there's beautiful houses.
Uthi Mhlanga emakhaya. Emakhaya it's a rural area.
Oh, rural
area kodwa emanzi emfuleni.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Kunemfula lana, but kune little bit of development and technology.
But Miss Classic, that's unfair. That's unfair. You remember when you were in Durban beachfront or something? You shared with us a video.
Yeah, that is another part.
The look. Yeah, no. Wait. You share a video with us, showing us the overview with what it looks like. You were showing us the ocean. Mind you, I must come.
That's an urban area. That's an urban area.
So
in town.
So why must come busy manje? Why must come busy in Kom?
Ngizontshengisa ukuthi phela ebusuku azikho ngithi. Ngizokwenza ivideo ngikutshengisa inkomo neintaba. I will show you.
Everybody, Miss Classic is gonna post a video tomorrow. We're getting a video from Miss Classic. So it's morning. Oh, mo! Ngifaka spotlight on Miss Classic. Ngeke uzidlale nathi. Sikhombisa ulwandle now sifuna ukubona inkomo.
You know, when I came back from church, I slided on ebulongweni. Udrive ungehlise kubulongwe. And I didn't know. I was like, "Oish, my beautiful heel. Yasimesha nje
Were you wearing heels?
Yeah, oyangehlisa eTexini angithi I'm not driving most yet.
Yeah.
So ngehle eTexini ngehlela ebulongweni shuthi ngabe ngiyificile ifomu. Bisanda ukubushaya futhi ngoba bebumanzi. It was wet.
Oh my god. Does it smell bad?
What's the momish I had to face when I was coming back from school?
Kodwa beka abantu abaningi ne?
No, not really. But it's a cool area.
Right, so
and
like
angibonwanga abantu abaningi.
Ugqobile nje wabona abantu abambalwa like 1 or 2 people, that's all.
Hayi bebe nginyanya kanjena. Ngale ngihlikize enhlabathini nasetshanini. Then I could not even enter in my place with that thing because it's smelling, oblongwe, it smells.
So you left the shoes outside?
I had to wash them before I can get them inside.
So I don't know what it's called in English. Like is it like cow's poop or something? Because in Zulu we don't call it poop or shit in Zulu. We call it something else like ublong, where we don't say shit, we don't say amasimba. We say ublong. So I don't understand. I don't know if in English they call it amasimba or they call it something else. But so for somebody who's watching and they're trying to figure out what's going on.
Shit.
It's poop. I think that's a better word. Poop is a better word, I think. I don't know. But shit also, we can use shit. I don't know. So yeah. So
okay.
Since okay, before we continue, Miss Classic, what do you think about my lessons of isiZulu?
You're doing wonderful.
No, if it was you teaching the lessons, because I know you're a teacher. If it was you teaching the lessons, what would you add?
Umlilo, like the word, the words that you are pronouncing.
Yeah, yeah. But if Beguwena who was teaching these isiZulu lessons, what would you add, or is there something different that you would do than what I'm doing right now?
No, you're doing a great job, but no, the only thing is just that some other words, when you pronounce them, they can be similar in writing, but when you pronounce them, they give different meanings. That's what people should know. Because I'm not a good Zulu teacher. I'm just a creative mind, life skill and creative. But I've taught isiZulu and Afrikaans before, and then English in Joburg. But I know that there are a lot of, you must be careful of onkamisa, the vowels.
Right.
The tongue, the tongue, how you have to lay your tongue from the teeth to the back, the O sounds. You must be able to practice the A, E, O, U. You must know where the tongue is when you pronounce those vowels. So the importance in pronunciation is where the tongue is, so that you can say it in the right meaning.
Right.
Because some words have similar in writing. Like which word we can make an example? Ucansi. Ucansi.
Okay.
Yeah. Ucansi, the one for uklala pants. The mat.
Yeah.
And there is ucansi, the sexual activity, the sexual reproduction.
Right.
So it's two different meanings because, but it's written in the same weights, same vowels and consonants.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So yeah, you must be able to
pronounce
correct.
But I think for
Pronunciation
Ucansi, no, Miss Classy, come on, no. But I think for Ucansi, there's only one pronunciation, and it depends how you use it in a sentence, or I don't know. It depends on the context. What
yeah,
we're
that's what
talking about.
I was heading to. That's what I was trying to explain.
So I can say Ucansi while I'm talking about. If I just say Ucansi Pela without putting it in a sentence, then I can say Ucansi and then maybe talking about
Like if
making
you show,
love.
I'm in the bedroom and you're saying let's dance, which dance are you going to give if you're in the bedroom?
It depends who I'm talking to. Wait, so maybe like my wife is saying let's dance, and maybe I'm in the kitchen or something like that. well, it depends. Which maybe you know. I Miss Classic gang. We are bad. Wait. Okay, wait. I'm in the kitchen, right? I'm married. My wife is in the bedroom, and she has never used ucansi before. And maybe we don't have, but we do have ucansi in Tlini, okay? But she has never used ucansi before. And then she says to me, Lungani, let's ucansi. Bring ucansi.
Uzoletha ucansi lo olokuhlala. Maybe surprise gift uzokulethela lona or ulethela ucansi.
It's tricky le ndaba ne.
Ngase yashawa kumuntu ke.
Oh.
Eshawela ukuthi uletha ucansi the meds.
Awucabange sengishawela ukuthi yena ngiqhamuke sengimpisholo sengishaya ngesudesele.
There are strict Zulu, African men who won't take that, you know.
Like me, yes. Like me.
Yeah. Yes. So, you have to be,
But how do you deal with something like that? Because do you maybe you ask, okay, good, and okay, Mama Seka, do you want that might be offensive also, good, and you don't even know what I'm talking. Because I know with women.
But besides this word, there are a lot of other words that it's just that they slip my mind. There are a lot of other words that are written the same, but the viewers at home can help us. There are a lot of words that you can write. The writing is the same, but they have different meanings. So that is what we're talking about. You must be able to pronounce correct. That's the main key. Be able to pronounce correct when you know the word.
Okay, all right.
I know that.
Okay.
And there are people now who are using this word. They are very careless. The word inja, inja, a dog. It's like you're calling your friend dog.
Right.
And people can end up saying that in church or in a serious meeting or in their parents. They talk. I had an experience where a friend of mine she's not from here in South Africa.
Yeah.
And she's hearing people at work saying, Wenja, and and it's funny when they're saying it to each other, Wenja, okay, fine. But you can't be saying that in church, in the house of God, because now you like calling a person a dog. Can you say that to your pastor and say, Wenja? Where?
Miss
Can you say that to a king?
I know you are attacking me.
And say, Wenja?
You are attacking me. I said to my friend. I know, Miss Classic. I know. Which last week I said to my friend, "Happy birthday, Wenja." And people were laughing, and people were commenting and saying I'm. I mean, for church, I don't know, but for a friend, I call my friend Inja. It's a dog. I call him a dog, and the amazing thing is that
to say the powerful person is a he's a dog. He's a best friend. Right?
Yeah. And it's really amazing that
Can you say that to your mother?
It depends what's the relationship between my mother and me and myself.
Ooh, you can't.
I'm serious, because a dog is one of like the most loving thing.
Wenja, ma. You can't say Wenja. I can imagine when my child is saying that to me, I will not take it.
Oh my God. But what if you guys are like friends? You and your child are like friends.
Yeah, fine if you're friends, but I don't. My
But
friends are not calling me that. I'm sure.
if you and your child like have like a
We friends.
Yeah, you have
That
like a
is.
really close like
Yeah, but she
relationship.
can't be close as much as calling me Inja.
Eish.
Like this nickname. This
Yeah.
nickname, but it's like a wolf, like a dog.
Mm.
So,
Mm.
but I don't know. We have different opinions and ways of doing things. So I can't crucify anyone. We are leading towards Easters.
Mm.
I cannot really crucify anyone who's calling names, funny names. How you get along with your friends, it's your business.
So quickly, Lapo in South Africa, since it's gonna be Easter is it next week or this week or next week?
This week.
This week. So this
week, this Friday.
So normally, what do you guys do on the Easter? On the Easters?
It's 7 weights. It's 7 weights because
7 words.
Yeah.
Okay.
When Jesus is going to, we read the Bible. We do services where we have to read the 7 words that Jesus said before the cross, before they took him to the cross.
Oh, the
as
crucifixion.
Christians.
Yeah.
Remember, we're not all Christians here, so this is what Christians are doing.
Mm.
We in shops we have Easter eggs as a symbol of Easter's.
Mm.
And a cross is a big symbol for us of Christianity.
Mm.
And yeah, in shops festival of having these big Easter eggs, chocolate eggs with a big hole inside, which means something. Which means I think it means purity. Yeah. So wow. Yeah, so this is what we do, and have Easter buns. Chelsea buns in shops. They are now trending during this time.
Do you attend
Easter.
anything like church, or do anything like prayers and stuff like that?
We have a Good Friday. It's a first service where they go to church, and there's a service, a particular service that deals with 7 words. I think when Jesus was crucified, going to and then there will be a service for the rising of Jesus when he was rising from the tombstone. I think it will be Sunday morning, because today it was Amasundu, Inkonzo Amasundu. So yeah, there's special services that takes place for Christian religion. So yeah, it will be a very awesome festival for Christian people, including myself. So yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I had a pre-Passover, so I'm fulfilled already, thanks to Pastor Musa Kupeka, and Pastor Sid with my mother, because we had a very powerful service, a pre-Passover. So next week we are cooling down, and then we're gonna attend to other services of our branches. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Awuthi sibheke indaba lapha kwi-COVID-19 ukuthi kuhamba kanjani, and then we're gonna come back and maybe wrap it up. Yeah, because we were just gonna wrap it up. Mhlambe usinikeze amazwi okugcina, and then and then sivale le show, because it's been very nice, and it's still nice, and it's always hard to close a show mayimnandi kanjena. Very informative information or helpful information oyishare nathi namhlanje. But let's go to the news. Sibone ukuthi nge-COVID-19 ikhamba kanjani kahle all around the world, and then sizoqhubeka nenkulumo yethu. Uthini lapho Miss Classic?
Thumbs up.
Hayi, thumbs up, asivele siyenze lento.
Extend EU powers to potentially block COVID-19 vaccine exports to Britain and other areas with much higher vaccination rates, and to cover instances of companies backloading contracted supplies. The bloc called for reciprocal trade relationship with the countries.
In a move that could affect both AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson, the European Commission is introducing regulation aimed at making vaccine trade reciprocal and proportional, so that other countries producing vaccines sell to Europe and so that the European Union doesn't export far more than it imports. It will serve as the basis for the EU's 27 governments to decide whether or not to block vaccine exports. The move is designed to avoid even limited delivery shortfalls to a continent whose vaccination campaign has been hit hard by delays and supply issues. Under the new rules, EU shipments abroad could also be withheld if vaccine-producing nations such as Britain and the United States prevent exports to the bloc. The potential curb on exports caused tensions between London and Brussels to mount on Monday, with Britain demanding that EU authorities allow the vaccines it has ordered to be delivered. On Tuesday, the British Prime Minister said he opposed any effort to block vaccine exports.
We in this country don't believe in blockades of any kind of vaccines or vaccine material. Not something that this country would dream of engaging in.
Under an export control mechanism set up at the end of January, the EU could already block exports if companies like AstraZeneca did not meet contracted quarterly delivery targets to the bloc. Wednesday's amendment will now allow the EU to block exports if companies respect their quarterly contracts but backload supplies to the end of the period.
The United Kingdom is facing a surprising statistic in the employment sector. Unemployment rates have seen a sudden drop instead of the expected increase. And analysts suggest the drop is in the resultant of citizens giving up on job hunts amid increasing lockdowns and restrictions.
Britain's jobless rate unexpectedly fell in the 3 months to January, although the change partly reflected people giving up their job hunt amid lockdown measures. The main jobless rate dropped to 5% for the period. None of the economists polled had expected a fall. Part of the drop in the headline unemployment rate was due to high jobless numbers for October, dropping out of the 3 monthly figures. The drop also reflected an increase in the proportion of the potential workforce classed as inactive. That includes students, parents looking after their children full-time, and people who have temporarily given up looking for work. Since January, non-essential shops and scores of businesses have been closed in England, with similar measures in other parts of the United Kingdom. Last month, the government extended the furlough support, which currently pays the wages of 1 in 5 employees until the end of September. Without that, Britain's jobless rate would be far higher. A rapid rollout of vaccinations has sharply reduced new infections in the UK. Shops are due to reopen next month, but restrictions on hospitality will remain until at least late June.
Cineworld is reopening its doors to the public once again as the theatre chain struck a deal with the Warner Brothers studios to allow new releases to be available in theatres 40 days before streaming services have access.
It's Godzilla.
Versus King Kong. The epic monster mashup is set to mark the reopening of Cinemark's U.S. Regal Theaters next month. The world's second largest theater chain inked a deal Tuesday with movie studio Warner Brothers to make sure that starting next year, films like this will have 45 days on the big screen before they start streaming. Warner Brothers already announced that all of its 2021 titles will be released simultaneously in theaters and on its streaming service HBO Max. Before movie theater chains were forced to close during the health crisis, they traditionally had a 90-day window before movies started streaming. This deal could be another sign of how movie theaters and flourishing streaming platforms might coexist in the new normal. Cinemark signed a deal in November to allow Universal Pictures to offer its movies to U.S. homes after only 17 days on theater screens. Both Cinemark and rival AMC are betting on big budget releases such as Godzilla vs. King Kong and the vaccine rollout to lure customers back to theaters. Cinemark's CEO says that with capacity limits rising to 50% or more across most U.S. states, that's good enough for him to turn a profit.
Yes, that was the news. We're sending our love to Mr. Ken Laden, our news specialist and also our advisor. He's on a tour and he's been reporting to us that he is traveling very well. Currently, he's at the hotel right now, I believe. But yeah, he's okay. But next week he's gonna be here with us at the studios. Anyways, let's quickly go back to Miss Classic because we're about to close the show right now. We'll try and make up a listen. To all the fans, Sniden or Sneden. We know which Ernest Sneden is having some difficulties, and same thing happened last week, and we understand that upcoming artists or artists in South Africa, there's a whole lot of things happening right now, and we're trying to be patient and support them, work with them to make things work. So we'll try and arrange another slot, but unfortunately we have to continue and give other people a chance. People who are in the waiting list, we have to give them a slot so they can be able to get a chance to talk to us here on Global Sunday. But anyways, ngicela ukukhuluma no Miss Classic mina ngeke ngikhohlwe inkinga encane. Miss Classic, can I welcome you back to the Global Sunday show? And besakhuluma kancane lana sihleba private, but asike siqhubeke nenkulumo yethu kade sikhuluma ngayo previously. You were not done with the motivation yakho. I think before ngikuphazamise, please finish your motivation and then vesivale mhlambe show, if maybe there are no concerns from people who are watching or there are no concerns from me, a person who is listening. Please go for it,
Okay.
man.
Okay, welcome back from the studio and people viewing at home. Our topic, I don't think there's someone who's answering now, but then the topic was human rights. So we are touching on our rights, and also we touch on how our rights are violated. I was just skilling you how to see when your rights is violated, and to make sure that you know that you need to speak to the law, follow the rights protocols if your rights is being violated. And the law is by our side. The artists are struggling there, doing for us as artists of the nation. Abo Sisbongile Khumalo nabo Phenyo, the opera singers, because they following the protocol. Otherwise, they would have demolished buildings or destroyed the streets. So they're doing it in the right manner by doing in the building. You need to go to embassy or government building to submit your cry if you are protesting so that your rights can be heard. And there is this dilemma in South Africa where people are so much into responsibilities and they're forgetting about the rights. The rights are very important. It goes together. It goes together. If you know what you have a right of that something that you have, maybe healthcare, your responsibility is to go take treatment, because you are given the rights for free by voting. It's in the Bill of Rights. If you have a right to go to school, everyone that is studying, you have a right to education, but the responsibility for you to do what? Is to study, do teacher's work. You can't say, I want to pass because I have a right. No, you need to put effort so that your rights can be respected. To serve your rights, you must be responsible. South African citizens, gentlemen that are raping children, they need to be responsible, because this is the future. These are future leaders of the nation. So we are killing the people's brain in our families, abusing them, thinking we're going to have future intelligent president. By the time you are 70 years, you already killed your president, your future president, because you are abusing and raping them in the house. So let's be careful of things that we are doing to affect our future. We are affecting our own future by doing these negative morals. Okay, so I want to go to the causes of the human rights. What causes them to be violated? Causes of human rights violation. Yeah. So the causes, there are people who don't have income. So it's economic problem. There's a development problem. There's economic pressure, actually. It's not just economic. It's a pressure. If you're lacking income, like how we're doing as artists, this means then you'll end up violating and asking for things by demand, because now your right is violated. You don't have, you can't breathe. So you're going to be angry and bitter and then try and destroy things because things are not taken care of by this person who is surviving and living smoothly. So we have various social problems internationally, international conditions, you know, racism, all those things, they are not good. So the rights of the human being must be respected always. So the roots of repression, discrimination. I remember, I think this year early in USA, that was the major problem, the discrimination.
Yeah, and racism,
and
yes.
Other, and the other denials of human rights from complex political, social, and economic problems. Yeah, so we must remember that the rights of every man are diminished when the rights of one man are threatened. The rights of every man, amadoda wonke, is diminished, yadestroyeka ngenxa nje yendoda eyodwa emoshayo. Yabona? So we must make sure the knowledge makes a man unfit to be a slave. Must acquire knowledge so that you are free from being a slave. Acquire knowledge and have good morals if you're a human being. To deny people their rights is to challenge their very humanity. Ma ubancisha ilungelo abantu usukwenje ngempela usuqeda ubuntu babo. They will start to destroy. So I hope the people in high places, they understand what I'm saying, or I wish they can get this message. If uncisha abantu ilungelo labo, they will destroy, they will bazophelelwa ubuntu, human needs, because they need this thing. They need them. It's the need, it's dingo. So if you prevail them from having those things, you are violating their rights, and they will have a challenge of being inhuman, you know. So I learned the courage was not the absence of fear, but triumph over it. So by saying that, this is my last word to you, globally, internationally.
Okay, before you, I'm sorry, Miss Classic. Before you say your last word, can I please play just one video from Sniden. Yeah, Sniden. Our today's guest, who's gonna be our future guest, in a way. I'm talking to him, and he's very sad, and you know, to all his fans, we are really sorry for him, because it's not our you know, issue, but it's the issues on his side. He's climbing on mountains and climbing on top of the roof trying to get network in South Africa. Anyways, let me play one video from him, Miss Classic, and then we come back.
Foreclosure. Okay.
Yeah, as Miss Classic. This is Naiden performing live. Remember, this is the Global Sunday with Lungani Gwala. I will see you when I come back.
You are watching Global Sundays.
Alongside me, I've got Hey. We're about to do a song named Nyakumbula, dedicated to my late grandmother. Hope you enjoy. I'm still in denial, you left too early, ma. It's been a while, ma, remember the second of March. I don't know what in Manjam so got no ban. You were here next to me, I saw some kiss cards. It's crazy, I couldn't even say goodbye. No more phone calls, SAS bows are why. God, why me look beso? To my grandmother before putting me on. I look around, I can't believe she's gone. I can't believe she's gone. They're telling me to stay strong. Telling me stay strong. Why do I feel all alone instead? I wrote this song cause I feel like you're still here. Got a baby daughter now, we got Mulihe. And the name after you some kulise. Haba pansi bafumini zumfundise.
We were together, feels like what we solo. Ngiyakhumbula majola bathi konke kuzondlula. Hope uyangibona la ukhona. We were together, feels like what we solo. Ngiyakhumbula majola bathi konke kuzondlula. Hope uyangibona la ukhona. We were together, feels like what we solo. Ngiyakhumbula majola bathi konke kuzondlula. Hope uyangibona la ukhona. We were together, feels like what we solo. Ngiyakhumbula majola bathi konke kuzondlula.
To my aunt, I'm sorry I'm never around. All the promises I make, messing shit up, auntie, it hurts me. Cause it feels like you've given up. You're the one that's supposed to hold us together since Angeko mom. Deep inside I know I let you down. Utando told me about the day you were too drunk, saying all the negative ish about me. I'm not mad, it's all love, you're my auntie. That's the only thing I know until this Kati. Trying to make the fam proud, don't think I go be Nandi. I ain't Katele, hit 9 to 5 please. You told me if you wanted you should go get that dream. I'm in the city now, no one really cares. I'm never sober, every day is a nightmare. Writing this letter letting you know that I still care. It's funny how life turned out to be.
Hope we are more than we were together, feels like what we solo. Ngiyakhumbula majola bathi konke kuzondlula. Hope uyangibona la ukhona. We were together, feels like what we solo. Ngiyakhumbula majola bathi konke kuzondlula. Hope uyangibona la ukhona. We were together, feels like what we solo. Ngiyakhumbula majola bathi konke kuzondlula. Hope uyangibona la ukhona. We were together, feels like what we solo. Ngiyakhumbula majola bathi konke kuzondlula.
Yeah, so that was the song. I hope you enjoyed that. A very big thank you to AK. All right, on to the next one. The next song is called Talk of the Town, yeah? Let's get it.
Yo, Babu Vaga, people like wanna know when are we dropping, dog? Cause it's been like a year since we took something out on page and we've been working, so when are we dropping? When but before,
Okay, hey. Look now, I'm the talk of the town. Came out of nothing, now the city knows I'm holding it down. I just wanna make my mama proud, I promise. Soon they gon' know who we are. Look now, I'm the talk of the town. Came out of nothing, now the city knows I'm holding it down. I just wanna make my mama proud, I promise. Soon they gon' know who we are. Soon they gon' know who we are. Mama told me I'ma be a star. You know what goes around comes around. On the come up, watch me go and get what's mine. I've been watching them tryna play me like a freaking toy. Early last year, I lost my granny and my boy. I'm tryna reminisce and they telling me move on. Music isn't the only thing I can put you on. Make it right, I'm tryna make it right. Life is a fuck up, it don't matter if you dress it right. No here to impress, or either pick a fight. Wanna borrow my house before I can hit the ground. Look now, I'm the talk of the town. Came out of nothing, now the city knows I'm holding it down. I just wanna make my mama proud, I promise. Soon they will know who we are. Look now, I'm the talk of the town. Came out of nothing, now the city knows I'm holding it down. I just wanna make my mama proud, I promise. Soon they gon' know who we are. I've been rapping for a while. People tryna bring me down. I'ma tell you one thing. Yeah, I do it for my town and I do it for my family. Fans and homies, shout out to my enemies. I hope they cope when I'm hoping. People stop asking when I'm dropping the project. Let it be a surprise, no matter how hard I'll be here till the sunrise. Dear Lord, help me be what I wanna be, and to my dogs, help you still keeping it real. Me know the deal, man, it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. Every time I'm coming through, man, you know what it's about, yeah. What it's about, yeah. Hey. Look now, I'm the talk of the town. Came out of nothing, now the city knows I'm holding it down. I just wanna make my mama proud, I promise. Soon they gon' know who we are. Look now, I'm the talk of the town. Came out of nothing, now the city knows I'm holding it down. I just wanna make my mama proud, I promise. Soon they gon' know who we are. Look now, I'm the talk of the town. Came out of nothing, now the city knows I'm holding it down. I just wanna make my mama proud, I promise. Soon they gon' know who we are. I'm the talk of the town. I'm holding it down. Mama proud. Soon they gon' know who we are. I'm the talk of the town. I'm holding it down. Mama proud. Soon they gon' know who we are. Yeah, so that was it. So on all the social platforms, Twitter, Instagram, at The Real Sniden. On Facebook, at Sniden SA. It's been good. Code 21, thanks for the platform. That's what it is.
Yes, that was Usnaiden. Yeah, unfortunately, even now he's still trying. Poor guy, he's still trying because he's still trying to log in. He's still trying to get Zoom. To get a video feed. I mean, he's facing a lot of troubles. But Sniden, it's 2021, my brother. 2021, we overcome all the obstacles that we come across, okay? Yeah. Siyayikrasha ngonyawo zonke inkinga esibhekana nazo. So, bro, I promise you we are going to have you on Global Sunday. Do not stress. You have tried your best. It's fine. It's okay. Welcome back, guys. There was Usnaiden, a performer live laphayana kwi 21 kwi KO 21. Athi ngibheka Miss Classic lapha nizikhamba kanjani Miss Classic. Hello. Lapha eSouth Africa einkomeni. So mengithi inkomo, how do you know which inkomo I'm talking about, Miss Classic? It just popped in my mind. Miss Classic ungayilapha. Yeah. Yeah. I know ngizwa kahle. No, ngikuphazamisile laphana Miss Classic usufinqa lapha inkulumo yakhe madoda yazi ngiphela ngibuye ngishaye ngisasekhaya mina ngikhohle ukuthi ngile kwesase Melika but I really hope ukuthi they will learn isiZulu soon since I'm here now but ngiphazamisile lapha usufinqa eish busufinqa. Yes, hey mana-ke usho ukuthini manje? Or to wrap up. Okay, yeah. Ish, yeah, ne? Ish. Yeah. Okay, bangaze abantu bacabanga ukuthi bufinqa ingubo the time see offline. So I'm talking about the conversation that we are having and the motivation that you were sharing with us. Busuyifinqa, not ingubo. Bangaze abantu bayitshela bufinqa ingubo. So please go for it, Miss Classic. Yeah, please go for it.
No, I'll just say my last words. That please, people, know your rights, and your rights needs to go along with your responsibilities. The rights are there for us to respect them. So you need to make sure that you are brave and take responsibility in making sure that you honor those rights that you are given by the government or by our leaders that we voted for. So when you protest in a good manner. Mm-hmm. I know the emotions are involved there, but you must make sure you don't destroy the things that have big value in your life, the things that you need for tomorrow, and you might not have them immediately or the funding of replacing them. So when we protest, we make sure we protest in a good manner. I don't know if I put it correct, but if I'm offending anyone here, apologies. And also, I know you're going through, for Easter, Good Friday, of which I would like to highlight on that. I know there are a lot of people who are going through tough times. I want to assure you tonight, to motivate you now, and tell you that, the level of the challenges, even Snaden, where you are challenged by now. And there are a lot of families that are challenged. Artists, young children, school leaders, all department of art, and everyone in at home. You are challenged. I want to assure you today that the level of the challenges that you are going through, it will be the same amount of the value of the victory that you will receive, as long as you believe in God. God has control over everything. He is in control even now. He's sending a message by this COVID. So guys, don't look around. Just speak to your God. He's your creator. There's no other way around. So awuqhumange ucreatiwe. So uvuma, you allow izimo zikunethe, allow challenges to take place to you if you know God and you pray to God. They will pass. They're just seasonally. They are not there to stay forever, but they will strengthen you. They will make you strong, and you must be able to take your weakness. Those who are still weak, who are abusing people, change those weakness and overcome them to a strength. To strength. Everyone's got his own weakness, so overcome them and change them to strength, and avoid seeking for pity, and take responsibility for your life. And you are the one, the happiness, you are the one who have control over your happiness. Don't wait for somebody else to make you happy. Make or create your own happiness in life. And that's all. And the Good Friday, I will share maybe the script, because now you are leading ahead to the Good Friday. John 3 verse 16. If you have Bibles, I don't know if everyone here has got Bible, or the religion that we have here is Christianity only, or there are other various religions. But to Christians, I wish them to open the Bible, John 3 verse 16. While they are heading towards the Good Friday. Good Friday, also known as the Holy Friday, as you all know, is the big day for Christianity. It is the Friday immediately preceding Easter Sunday. So it is the biggest day where the Son of God, the name Jesus, is going to be crucified. So many churches, I know they will be celebrating the services, 7 words, and also in the evenings. But please make sure you follow the protocol of hygiene routines. COVID is still alive. COVID-19 is still alive. If you have to arrange for online, you can do that to be safe, because the third wave is announced. So we don't want to lose you over going and celebrating the Easters, my Christian fellow people. So go and enjoy and come back next week and see us here at the Global Sunday, same time, same place. Boo, 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 boo. Love you. Yeah, but maybe he's got a, I'm sure he's powerful, this guy, the way he's been so challenged. But I want to assure him, if he's listening, God gives you what you need, not what you want. Maybe now it's not his time for us to receive him, yeah. So it's what he wants now. But God will give him what he needs, as long as he believes and trusts in him. And I'm sure he's got bigger things to give us as he's challenged like this. That I'm 100% sure.
Shoo. Hey, Miss Classic, powerful, man. Powerful, cool, eh? Powerful, Miss Classic. I wanted to ask about...
I'm inspired.
I wanted to ask about an event that you are attending.
The one on the 24th of April.
I think so. Yes, the event. That
the event is organized by Underworld Entertainment Prince, and the organizer is Ayanda Yandishandu, and the guests there are Linda Sbiya.
Okay.
Actually, the theme of the event is a reality behind the wedding cake. It's the aim of the event, or the purpose of the event, is to fix the marriages that went through the effects of COVID-19. Since we know marriages were going through a lot of challenges due to this COVID-19. Marriages are broken. Couples that were heading towards getting married, marriages were stopped from taking place. So you see all that, and when you're going to get married, there are a lot of challenges that you go through. The spirits are fighting the breakthrough. Marriage is not something that you want. It's something that God gives you. It's like a job. So as long as you know that, so there will be challenges. You guys who are heading towards the marriage, be strong and seek for God's prayers. God will fix everything as long as you are staying in him. Remember that Satan, the devil, is sitting in the same table with God and negotiates to steal your things. So, and God will allow Satan to go and touch your body, but not your soul. So don't allow your soul to be confused by the devil. Okay? You must know your vision, what you want in life, and prioritize. And ignore the challenges and fix your marriage. Ayanda's vision is to fix those marriages that are broken. Those who cannot fix them, we have a way where we're going to empower them business-wise, because it can happen that you don't have a way backward. Now you don't have a way forward and backward. You lost hope. So we're going to have guests that will give you a tip or a healing or counseling on how to get to the to rise again or get to the top as a person who has a broken heart.
Wow.
There will be a social worker as well to take you on one-on-one and give you tips and referrals on how you can fix your marriage. If it's broken, we're gonna fix your life as well. If you are going heading towards getting married, we're going to make you strong so that you know what to expect, what is needed, what are the qualities, what are the expectations of you as you are going to the marriage. It doesn't matter that me and Ayanda and other people that are in this event are not married, but we want to help because we see we have a gift of we have a calling and a gift of being able to nominate or identify people that can help you. And we don't like what is happening. It's our concern. So we are here to fix it. We are fixing the marriages. That is our purpose. So it's 24th of April. The time is 10 to 4 at the MKG building. There in Liberty Towers, 214 Liberty Tower in Alwal and Smith Street or Pine Street. There in Alwal Street. So if you enter there, and the tickets are on sale by Ayanda Yandishandu on Facebook page. You can just contact her and get your tickets. The couples are 600 Rand. Oh, the couples are 1,000 Rand. And the singles, if you come alone, it's 600. I assure you, you won't regret if you are there. And there are refreshments and some hampers that will be given on the particular date.
Wow, thank you so much, Miss Classic. As always, it is always a pleasure having you on Global Sunday, and I'm looking forward to talking to you next week. Thank you so much, and have a lovely week.
You too. Oh my God, I'm having an event at school on Wednesday. My head is so hectic. I have an international launch of the Edulution. We are coaching and helping the kids with maths. So we have this company, Edulution, that will be launching, fortunately enough, in 10 schools in South Africa. We are nominated to launch the program to help the kids with maths and comprehension. So that will be on DBE. It will be a history made by our school, Sengimpilo. Wow. So big up to that. So I will try and videoize for you and attach, because it's going to take place this Wednesday, and I'm polishing my choir. I'll send you the videos as well so that you can see how good they are with the pianist, Mtobisi Mtalani. They're very good. They're doing music of Sibongile Kumalo and Hugh Masekela, and the human rights songs that are awareness for African pride.
Wow, thank you so much, Miss Klasiki. I'll talk to you soon, and definitely we are going to share that video on Global Sunday page. Have a lovely night.
amaphutha sometimes angikwazi ukuzicontrola kodwa manje kumele ngihambe isikhathi shayile kumele ngihambe amandla aphelile manje akuhambeki ngiphe umoya idondolozele ngiphe umoya idondolozele isikhathi shayile kumele ngihambe amandla aphelile manje akuhambeki ngiphe umoya idondolozele ngiphe umoya idondolozele Minyaka ngihleli nawe angizange ngikuphoxe asikho sizathu sokuthi ungenze kanjena manje sekwisikhathi sokuthi ngihambe manje sekwisikhathi sokuthi ngihambe isikhathi shayile kumele ngihambe amandla aphelile manje akuhambeki ngibe umoya idondolozele ngibe umoya idondolozele cela ungiphe ndlela enhle ngenhliziyo emhlophe wena owaziya ukuthi ngenzeni oyini engayenzanga manje sekwisikhathi sokuthi ngihambe manje sekwisikhathi sokuthi ngihambe isikhathi shayile kumele ngihambe amandla aphelile manje akuhambeki ngibe umoya idondolozele Never, 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 never give up. Never, 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 never give up. Wavusa uthando enhliziyweni yami kade ngisitshela ukuthi kade lwashabalala wavusa uthando enhliziyweni yami kade ngisitshela ukuthi kade lwashabalala